Did you hear the news? Derrick Rose is no longer from Chicago. Well, technically he's from Chicago, but he won't be playing basketball out of Chicago. The Chicago Bulls have shipped him for Jose Calderon, Robin Lopez. I mean, is anyone surprised that the hometown kid, the savior from 5 years ago, the MVP of 2011, is no longer wearing red, white, and black?
I'm not really that surprised because something just does not seem right with me in Chicago. Just the way Thibodeau left, the way Noah was sort of shopped during the middle of the season. I thought he's like a character guy.
Yep.
And then shopping Butler here, and then
So you're
denying it.
You think Gar Forman is running the Bulls?
I don't know what's happening. It just seems like there's a disconnect between the management and the players are saying, like, you know what, this was a great situation, but I'm ready to move on.
It's gone south.
Yeah.
They need to. Okay. So quickly, the Knicks have Derrick Rose. You buying it? You think?
Well, James Dolan bought it, and he bought some damaged goods. Jenga Legs is going to do his thing out in New York.
He played 66 games last year.
Jenga Legs is going to do his thing in New York for about 42 to 45 games this year.
I think he's going to be good.
I think so, too.
You know, even if he does play, like the fact that even someone was able to trade him, I thought he was going to get bought out. But they traded him to New York for who? Like
Calderon.
Lopez.
Lopez is a contributor.
He's a solid
His
guy in the
year
middle.
was better than being bought out, right?
His numbers have gone up every year since the injury.
He had trade value, I
16
think.
points.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, too.
He did, but to who?
To the Knicks, obviously.
Knicks.
Oh, wait, quickly.
You can sell anything to James Dolan.
Quickly. James Dolan
Minnesota?
has got his work cut out for him. Does anyone else see another big name potentially joining this Knickerbocker squad this summer?
Wouldn't surprise you.
Dwight David Howard.
Dwight Howard. Do you think Dwight Howard's the guy?
I mean,
But Pau Gasol's also out.
Pau Gasol will not go there. It's not a winning situation. I don't care who goes there right now.
Joakim
They're not going to
Noah?
win anytime soon.
Actually, Pau Gasol is an interesting thing.
Joakim Noah's out there?
I think
works
Pau
in the
Gasol,
triangle.
yeah, Pau Gasol
Joakim Noah
would fit in
is probably
nicely
a better
there.
bet than anything else because they want to have some flex next year because 2017 is probably going to be the biggest free agent frenzy in the history of the NBA. If you think about it, if Kevin Durant signs that 2-year with opt-out year in Oklahoma City or wherever he goes, I'll leave it like that, that 2017 you could have Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, LeBron James.
So we're all
Kevin
banking
Durant.
on another big name in a Knickerbockers uniform this season.
But are they going to want to go there? That's the big thing.
I think Gasol
it's
would
more
want to go
appealing.
there. I think Gasol.
Kevin Durant said he would consider New York if they upgraded the point guard position. I got to feel like a lot of people feel that way. Derrick Rose is an upgrade from
Of course he is. Jose Manuel Calderon.
another middle name. But quickly, now I was really offended by this when I was watching the news come up on my Twitter feed and so on and so forth. Jimmy Butler was being shopped, or maybe not shopped.
Was he being shopped, or
but
just
they were
listening
listening to offers? If you are Gore Foreman and the Chicago Bulls, are you listening to offers after moving Derrick Rose for Jimmy Butler?
Look at
Absolutely.
OKC, look at Orlando. You listen, and all of a sudden you get a big package. You don't really turn it down, right? You always have to listen.
If you don't build around Jimmy Butler, who do you build around?
That's
The guy
that's
is the
true.
guy that got better every year. He's a high character guy, can shoot it, can play defense. Like, those are basketball players.
That sounds
basketball.
amazing. That sounds amazing for the 30th pick in this draft year. I don't know if you build around Jimmy Butler. I think he's a good piece. He's not the guy you build around. And
He's a 1A.
And again, here's a guy.
But he can attract you a superstar, too.
Here's a guy who has an issue with Fred Hoiberg. They have issues there. And if you're going to rebuild after he's been in the playoffs almost every year he's been in the league, that's a step backwards. So I can see him trying to shop him to get some pieces and build over with Fred Hoiberg.
If my choice is Fred Hoiberg or Jimmy Butler,
It's easier to move the coach, of course.
my choice is Jimmy
well,
Butler.
not for Chicago,
All
no,
right.
man. That's a lot of salary.
Yeah.
True, that's very true, but he's a good player. Let's move on to something else, though. Another trade that kind of shocked me, kind of didn't. The Thunder trade Sergei Ibaka
Thank you.
to the Orlando Magic.
How did that not shock you?
Well,
You see what they got for
It
that?
did shock me.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's look what they got back. They got Victor Oladipo, the
awesome.
ghost face,
Ilyasova.
Ersan Ilyasova, and Sabonis Jr. First off, let me throw this out here. Who won the trade?
It's not even close. OKC won the trade. They got an all-star caliber guard in Oladipo. They got a great backup center in Sabonis. And Ilyasova's been serviceable for like 8 years.
And he's a true stretch four.
Yeah, he can hit the three. He can rebound for you, play
Is that
defense.
consensus, Tierney?
Oh, don't get out of bounds with the play defense.
Okay, he can
Stop.
rebound.
Don't get out of
It's
bounds.
a gamble. It's a big-time gamble. Like I said, it could very well be a one-year rental for, what was Oladipo, the former 2 overall pick.
Overall pick. Okay, so quickly,
He can sing, too.
Does this move hurt or help or hinder their chances at re-signing when Kevin Durant? We don't want to make this Kevin Durant discussion. But
Yeah,
does it hurt or help?
I think it helps them, right? Kevin Durant saying he's making a basketball decision. You have a better basketball team. They're deeper, and I think that's what they needed this playoff run. It seemed like they just fell a little bit short with their fatigue.
Sam
and players and
Sam Presti made a move for the future. You seen this with Jeff Green. You saw it with James Harden. Now you see it with
Right.
Sergey.
Sergey
Ibaka.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, they're one win away from being in the NBA Finals and crushing Golden State 3-1.
Yeah.
So to break up that team like that and bring in guys that no one's fearing right now, no one fears Victor, no one fears Ursa Ilyasova. And
But
maybe
those guys
Sabonis,
will be
like,
accoutrements. They'll be extra pieces, guys making big shots.
great, but I don't think they're an upgrade from last year's team.
Okay, cool. Quickly, I got to get this one in because it's kind of big news when you talk about the Toronto Raptors. So, Tierney, I'll go to you. The Pacers upgraded that point guard spot. Jeffrey Teague from the Atlanta Hawks. Do you like this deal?
I think, like, you look at the value you got Teague for, what, the 12th pick?
Yep.
So
That's great.
that's a great pickup for them for sure. Are you talking about the Raptors? Because I think we're pretty much set at the point guard position right now.
And, no, not the Raptors at the point guard position, but very familiar with watching that team, watching them grow,
Yeah.
what they were. They also get to add Thaddeus Young from the Brooklyn Nets
I really like how fluid Larry Joe Bird has made this team right now.
after firing Vogel.
Yeah,
Yes,
he,
listen.
no, but he made them fluid. And what it is, he wants to play faster. They couldn't play faster. Now they can play Miles Turner in the middle, who can step out, be inside. Thad Young gives you some flex on the floor, too. You have Monte Ellis at a bargain. You have Jeff Teague at a bargain. And you have Paul George. I'm scared of this team in the
It's a
East
good
right now.
starting five. That's
Quickly-
as good a starting five as the top 14 or top 2 teams in the East.
There's going to be some more parity in the East,
So-
especially on the top part of it.
We had Nate McMillan's squad in the playoffs next year.
Absolutely, yeah.
Child?
Yeah, absolutely.
Done deal.
Done deal. All right. Well, that's a done deal for the second segment. We'll be back with more of Canada's Home for Talkin' Hoops. Randy, your knee's in my shot, man. Jeez.
Flexible.
All right. This is Randy's final appearance on the show, but we
Again?
thank you for being
It's always
around.
my
Yeah, you're
final
always getting
appearance.
fired. But we'll be back with more Hangouts.